This the shooter shack. Brett McMoney, Patty G got the stats. Over 6 million views, now we back. Every Sunday with a get Swiss. We have pro athletes on the show. Number one, we used to picking winners. NFL, NHL, NBA, MLB, and that NCAA. Season 2 coming live in your face. Shooter Shack.
All right, well, it was a long and grueling summer, but it is finally here. Yes, we're talking about the 2017-18 season. And well, folks, what does that mean? Well, it means the Shooter Shack is finally back. Pat Gregoire here with none other than Brett McConaughey, a.k.a. The Shooter. And Brett, as everyone at home knows, Sunday is for sitting on the couch, dusting back some dingers, cracking open the cold ones, but it also is for making money. And before we get to those games in the NFL, we got to talk about how good the Shooter Shack 2.0 looks. I got to say, the facelift is looking pretty good.
Well, Patty, you got to spend money to make money. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shooter Shack. And as you can tell, we are on set here, the brand new set for Season 2 and Episode 1. Last week, if you followed me on social media, you would have seen that we started off the season the right way. I went 4-1-1 last week, and we are going to keep the same format here for Week 2. But if you want all my top picks, you got to head over to the website, theshootershack.ca, grab yourself an investment package, and treat yourself to a few extra scoots. Patty, it's great to see you like always, buddy, and let's get this thing rolling with the start of Season 2.
All right, folks, like Shooter said, we're going to stick with the same format we had last week. We're going to start things off with a new segment called the Shooter Spread. So what's going to happen each week? Brett's going to give you 3 games by the spread that are guaranteed to stuff your pockets. So, Shooter, we're going to start things off with a couple of 1-0 teams facing off as the Philadelphia Eagles ship over to KC to take on a very trim-looking Andy Reid and the Chiefs. So, Shooter, everyone at home and myself are trying to figure out who you're taking in this one.
Well, Patty, coming off a monumental victory and upset over the New England Patriots as an 8-point underdog, the Kansas City Chiefs could be for real. They'll look to hoist Andy Reid's old team this Sunday when the Eagles come to town looking to build off a 1-0 start of their own. The Chiefs, 4-1 straight up in their last 5 games against the NFC, and they'll be installed as the betting favorite this weekend with their quarterback Alex Smith coming off a career day. Maybe a little competition is all that he needed. The Eagles, they had the second best pass defense last year according to the Football Outsiders, and limiting Kirk Cousins and the stacked aerial attack of the Redskins to just 200 yards, you can expect them to be good again this year in 2017. The Eagles, they are 1-7 straight up and 2-6 against the spread in their last 8 games on the road. The Eagles are 0-5 straight up and 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 road games as an underdog. With that being said, Patty, I'm going to slap a heavy bird right into the oven and I'm going to wait for that little bugger to crisp. I'm putting my chips in play with the Kansas City Chiefs, guys, and I'm going to go ahead and take them at minus 4.5.
All right, next up, we have the 1-0 Detroit Lions led by moneyman Matt Stafford taking on the New York Football Giants, who were looking like they were fighting the truth last week, sporting a 0-1 record. Shooter, these two teams facing off on a Monday night. Who do you like?
Well, Patty, after a pair of games set the tone in the opening week of Monday Night Football, the schedule gets back to the basics in Week 2 when the Lions and the Giants have the spotlight all to themselves under the bright lights on Monday Night Football. While the Lions will be riding a high thanks to their come-behind victory from the Arizona Cardinals, and it's the opposite story for the G-Men. New York fell flat on its face in an unimpressive 19-3 loss on the season opener to the Dallas Cowboys with the eyes of the nation upon them in Sunday Night Football. The absence of star wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. was noticeable, but it can't be pointed as the lone reason for the Giants to let it slip out of their hands. The Giants are 2-5 straight up in their last 7 games at night, and the Lions are 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 against teams from the NFC East. On this one, guys, I'm going with my gut. And I think it's the G-Men, and I think they're going to bounce back after that embarrassing performance on the road to their division rival. I see them getting the job done on Monday Night Football, and I got the Tetley TBag swinging, hanging, dangling, and I'm firing one right toward your bookman's chin. So I'm going to go ahead, Patty, and I got the New York Football Giants at -3.
Last but certainly not least for the shooter spread, you have the first place in the AFC East, Buffalo Bills, sporting a whopping 1-0 record, taking on the Carolina Panthers, who looked pretty good in their season opener as well. So, Shooter, I know you're not the biggest fan of the Bills Mafia or anything that has to do with the city of Buffalo, but the fans at home, they need to know, who do you like, the Bills or the Panthers?
Well, Patty, I know you love Buffalo. You got something on you. You got a thing for Buffalo. But let me tell you, the Carolina Panthers, they had a season to forget in 2016, but they started the new campaign off on the right foot in the wake of a 23-3 rout of the 49ers in Week 1. Next on the docket for Cam Newton and company is a home date with Patty's Buffalo Bills. Panthers fans won't be happy seeing the Bills travel south due to recent trends. In their last 5 games between these two teams, the visiting team is 4-1 against the spread. But the Buffalo Bills are 0-14 straight up as an underdog of 7 points or more. And Carolina is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5. With these two teams starting off the season 1-0, I'm going with my bounce back team of the year, the Carolina Panthers, to give the Buffalo Bills the beating they need to settle Bills Mafia fans down. Let them know you guys beat the Jets in Week 1. Nothing to see here and nothing to get excited about. But in this football game, guys, I am buying myself a point, and I am taking Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers at -6.
All right, folks, there's the shooter spread in the book. And next up, we're not done just yet. We still have a few more tasty treats from Uncle Shooter. Make some dough. So we're going to start things off with a new segment called Shooty Suey. So if you're in a survivor pool, any sort of pick 'em straight up, you need a winner, an absolute must lock. Shooter has one for you this week and all the weeks leading up to the postseason. So I wish I had your advice last week. I'm already toast in one of my survivor pools. So Shooter, I'm still alive in one. I need an absolute must win right here.
Well, Patty, let me tell you right now, you're probably going to like this one. I know you're a Bills Mafia fan, and with this week's Shooty Suey pick, I am going to go ahead and take the Buffalo. Not a bloody chance in hell I'm taking the Buffalo Bills. This week's Shooty Suey pick is going to be the Oakland Raiders, and I hope you guys took my advice last week and grabbed the Falcons. This week, I'm going to give you this play. It seems to make the most sense. They are the biggest favorite of the week. They are -1,000 on the money line, and they should beat up on those lonely Jets. So sit back, relax this week, put those feet up and crush a couple cold beers. The Oakland Raiders at the black hole should have no issue with the Jets. And this week's Shooty Suey is the Oakland Raiders.
That was cruel, man. It's another new segment. This one, what you need to do, folks, go home, sell the farm, and put it all on the Brett McMoney line. So, Shooter, tell them who you like on this one.
Well, Patty, this week I am going with the New England Patriots. And after a tough loss at home, I expect these guys to have a bounce-back game down at the Big Easy. The Patriots are 8-0 straight up and 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 games on the road. And let's not forget Tom Brady in 2016 threw 18 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. That being said, if their loss at home to KC put a little bit of a sting on your bird, here's an opportunity for you to get some of that skrill back. I got the Pats to take care of the Saints on Sunday, and I'm going to lock in the Brett McMoney line pick with the New England Patriots.
All right, folks, I need you to listen loud and clear because not only is this Shooter's favorite play, but it's also his favorite new segment. So, Shooter, I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to let you take this one away.
Well, Patty, this one is called the TBag Teaser. And each week, I'm going to give you a teaser with an opportunity for you to make some money. If you're not sure what a teaser is, basically all it does is changes the odds. There's tons of different ones, but this one this week is a 3-team 10-point teaser. And if I take a team that is favorite by 10 points, they're now just a win on the money line. If they are an underdog by 1 point, they now become underdogs by 11. But like I told you guys last week, this is my favorite way to gamble. And of course, I cashed in my T-Bag teaser. This week, I'm coming at you hot with the same mission. And the outcome most likely is going to be the same. Arizona at plus 3.5. Then we got Baltimore at plus 2.5. And I'm bringing up the rear with Tommy Gunn, Tom Brady, and the New England Patriots at plus 3. So once again, this is a 3-team, 10-point teaser. We got Arizona at plus 3.5. We got Baltimore at plus 2.5. And we got the New England Patriots at plus 3. Make sure you guys warm up the tea and get those tea bags ready.
Folks, there you have it. Another electric episode of the Shooter Shack. This time we're in a new home and it feels great. And of course, it is episode number 1 of season 2. Brett, just because we're in a new home and it's a new season doesn't mean that things are about to change. We all know, and everyone at home needs to know, that this man right here is the #1 sports handicapper in the entire world. Look at his stats last year. Look at the record. The proof is in the pudding. So folks, what you need to do is head over to www.theshootershack.ca and grab yourself an investment package today. Brett, what else do we have to say?
Well, Patty, that pretty much covers it. We are pumped about the new set. We're pumped about season 2. And if you can't tell, we are pumped about football. But once again, thank you guys for stopping by the Shooter Shack. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's right at the bottom of the page. Follow us on all the social media platforms. Patty, it's always great to have you, buddy. And now a word from our sponsors. All right, guys, first and foremost, there's a couple sponsors that I want to thank. You guys have seen them on the podium throughout the entire show. Henry Appellum, it is my favorite wine. Patty enjoys it. Great patio sipper. The women love it. The males love it. And it goes down the hatch smooth. At the LCBO, if you purchase a bottle right now, $1 from every purchase will go to the big brothers and sisters of Canada. And this is just a fantastic thing that the guys at HOP are doing. Guys, can't thank you enough for sponsoring the Shack and looking forward to having a great season with you. And Summersby, these guys take care of Patty and myself, the #1 selling cider in Canada, and there's a reason for it. There is nothing better when this thing hits the lips. Patty, I'm shipping you a pair, and I'm going to go with the blackberry. From all of us down here at the Shooter Shack to you guys down at Summersby, cheers.
Don't forget to climb that tree.
Make sure you climb it. Thanks a lot, guys.
Now, Shooter, as you know, hockey players losing jibs all the time. One of my buddies actually just lost one of his chiclets, so I've got to ask you, is there someone you know that can help him out?
Well, as a matter of fact, Patty, there is. Dr. Jay Petroff at Maple Ridge Dental. He is the top dentist in Ontario. You call the number on the bottom of the screen and book an appointment today. And if you want to have a smile like the Shooter, make sure you go see Dr. J.